Morning, Sophie. It's a Thanksgiving break. No school. Yep, this is the laundry over the weekend. Okay, and this is not even all of it. I've already distributed some of it, and this is what happens with a 5-family member. Laundry every week, my goodness. So I'm currently working from home twice a week now, so my routine is kind of different than normal. So since coming back from 100% working from home, they ask us to come back to work, but we work on site 3 times a week and twice a week at home. But since it's also Thanksgiving week, it's holidays, so they were okay with us working from home the whole entire week. So I'm gonna be here with the kids during their break, which is fun. This is my current obsession now with my coffee. So I make myself honey oat milk latte. I got it from Starbucks and I was like, I'm not spending $5 a day for this, or even twice a day. So that's like around $10. So I learned how to make my own at home, which I actually think is a bit better. So today I don't really have like a structured plan on how I'm gonna do this video or what I'm gonna do with this video. I'm probably gonna just do like a vlog style kind of video and then just spit out some tips and tricks that I've learned throughout my fitness journey. I haven't really been posting videos here in my channel. It's been a long time, I know, and I don't find that I need to have an explanation for that. I'm just gonna go hop on back in whenever I feel like it and post a video here. Right now I'm motivated to be posting videos, so that's why I'm here, and let's see how it goes. I am going to try to commit and be consistent at least once a week, but yeah, it's a busy life and I'm not sure how committed I am would be with that one, but saying out loud I think holds me accountable, so that's why I'm here saying that. So I'm gonna take you through my whole day or whole week. It depends how good I am with this vlogging thing. I'm a little rusty. I think the best way to start for the first vlog is, and it's appropriate, is how to start your fitness journey. A lot of people, there's always going to be someone who's a beginner and who doesn't know what to do and where to start. So yeah, let's start with that one. There, so much better. Okay, but first, coffee. So I have 1 cup of oat milk, which I microwaved, so it will be warm. Half a tablespoon or 1 tablespoon of honey. You guys can smell this. It smells so good. So right now, midday, around 10 o'clock or 11ish, I usually take a break and do my workout if I am working from home, and probably a lot around an hour to an hour and a half to work out. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm here in my home gym, about to start my workout. As I was telling you guys earlier, I want this video to be my tips and my advice to those who want to start their fitness journey and don't know where to start. So many information out there in the internet, and I know how drowning and a lot of people can feel lost because of that information. So what you need to do is just to really focus on a few things. And another struggle that I find with people is once they start going with their fitness journey, they really have a tough time staying on track. So that's the number one issue, always on top. If they do get the momentum to get going or to even start, the problem at the end of the day usually is how they stay on the bandwagon. They usually fall off and they usually feel frustrated and everything gets thrown out of the window. Key thing there is, if you're a beginner and if you're just starting, is to focus on a few things, maybe few things, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. So we all know, or if you haven't heard about it, let me put you here for better lighting, is that when it comes to your fitness goals, whether you're trying to lose weight or whatever your goals are, it's always, especially when you're trying to lose weight, it's always going to be 80%, or the majority of the thing you need to focus on is nutrition. That is going to contribute so much to the results that you're going to get. Exercise and activities and being active also plays a role, but if you really want to hone in on your goals and you really want to achieve that weight loss, majority of the thing you need to focus on is on your nutrition. So the first thing is, if you are not already doing it, is to track your food. Now, the thing I'm gonna tell you about tracking your food, it's not something that you really need to be obsessing about, but it's really a great tool, especially if you're a beginner and you're just starting all of this, so you can get to learn more about your eating habits, the food profile, nutrition profile, like how much of the calories or protein or carbohydrates or fats that the food you're going to put into your body will have. Maybe give yourself maybe a couple of weeks or a month. It depends. It really differs for each person how long you're gonna learn. Track your food like right at the beginning, and then eventually, I assure you, you're going to just know it, and next thing you know, you're just gonna be eyeballing it. Once you learn the portion, how much an ounce of a chicken looks like, then eventually you'll learn how much food you need and how your body responds to the amount of food that you put into it. Some people get triggered with tracking their food. They get so obsessed with the numbers. That's the thing. It's not something that you need to do for the rest of your life. It's a tool. Use it as a tool. It's a tool for you to use so you can learn your eating habits and what you're putting into your body. Okay, so should I be filming my workouts? Maybe I should. To add to that, you may ask, why do I need to track my food? Why do I need to learn about what I put into my body? It's because you have to have an idea how much food you need to eat in order to move the needle. If you are trying to lose weight, you're eating too much, and that's how you're going to know whether to adjust it, whether to lessen the amount of food you're eating or not. And on the other hand, if you're trying to gain weight or if you're trying to gain muscle, it's a tool you can use to know whether you're not eating enough. Some people are under eating, and maybe you do need to adjust your food intake and to add more food so you can gain muscles. Right now, I'm currently doing a mini bulk. I just came out of a 6-month deficit where I am eating less than my maintenance calories so I can lose the body fat, and we could only do that for so long. You can't be in the dieting phase forever. And right now, to gain muscle, so I wanted to gain more muscles, and to do that, the only way to do that is to eat more, to be in a surplus. You can't gain muscles during a deficit phase. How am I gonna know how to adjust my stuff, or how am I gonna know how much I need to eat if I'm not eating enough, or if I'm eating enough if I don't track my food? So that's what I was trying to say, just to make my point across. So you're not gonna know what to adjust in terms of food intake if you don't track your food at the beginning. So I'm gonna use this vlog as an opportunity to post my progress so I can look back and see, you know, how I'm progressing. Whoosh! Oh! Oh my God! You almost hit me! James! You did that! And the next thing I will be talking about is really good, especially for beginners, something I would have never thought of when I was starting my own fitness journey. Hi, Smokes. Hi! I would have never considered this really critical or important, but I think now that I know better. Anyway, I was interrupted. As I was saying, a lot of people underestimate the power of walking. I wish I knew this at the beginning of my fitness journey, because I was one of them people who underestimated. I don't really walk as much because I thought, and this was me before, which is a huge mistake, I thought that if you don't sweat as much, you're not doing a great workout, and that's not the case. Just because you're not sweating like gallons and gallons of sweat doesn't mean you're not getting a good workout. Movement is movement, and so any steps that you take counts. You're burning calories as well, and the more movement you do, the more steps you do, it's good not only for the physical health but also the mental health. And it's the only exercise that doesn't put that much stress into your nervous system and your body, but at the same time you're still burning calories and you're still doing your body good. Having some step goal, maybe around 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day. Speaking of steps, I should practice what I preach. It's already half of the day is gone and I'm only at 2,400 steps, so I need to be stepping, which is perfect. The kids just asked to go to the playground. It's also a great way, you know, to get your kids out, the whole family out, spend some time with them, getting some sunshine, get some vitamin D. We are deficient of vitamin D, especially during COVID when everyone just stayed home. See? You're really hitting two birds, or not just two, multiple birds in one stone. Getting your steps in, you're getting active, you're getting your vitamin D, your sun. You get the kids active as well. Plus you get to spend time with them. That's like a lot of check marks. Yes, you guys saw me earlier. If you have like a desk job like I do, where you sit on your ass the whole entire day, it's really great if you take the time and effort to take some breaks and, you know, get moving. And steps is like the best way to get it in without like stinking up. Okay, the kids are still out there. they're not done.
There's stuff going on.
Whoa.
And has since cleared up. So
That's
overall,
my podcast. So as you can hear, I was listening to my podcast. It helps a lot with, you know, I don't like being idle and not being productive, not doing anything. All those steps for me is being productive. But at the same time, if I can listen to a podcast and learn something new, that's like double plus for me. The next thing I wanted to talk about.
so much better. Thank you guys for asking.
Oh my gosh, stop. Third thing I wanted to talk about is hitting your nutrition targets. In line with the nutrition aspect of things, this is another thing I want all the beginners to learn, is to try to hit their nutrition targets. So you're not just looking at the calories per se, you're looking at macronutrients, which is the protein, carbohydrates, and fats, and your micronutrients, which are the vitamins and minerals. So in terms of micronutrients, a lot of us are probably deficient on some micronutrients. Try to consume as much vitamins and minerals through real food first, which is your vegetables, your meat, your fish, your fruits, before you turn to supplements. The next thing I wanted to talk about, which I have more knowledge on, are the macronutrients, which is your protein, fats, and carbohydrates. If you have a very specific goal, let's say you're trying to lose weight. So there's a difference between weight loss versus fat loss. So if you're just trying to lose weight and you don't really have anything specific in mind, you just want to move the numbers on the scale, all you can do is track your food intake and track your calories, right? But if you have a very specific goal, which is trying to lose a body fat or trying to gain muscles, you really have to be more specific in terms of tracking your protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Because with weight loss, you can be losing anything really. If the number on the scale is moving, is decreasing, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're losing fat. It could mean that you're also losing muscles, you're also losing body fluids, water, anything. But if you want to lose specifically fat, like the fat tissues from your body, that means you need to know the right proportions of carbohydrates, of protein, and fat that you're consuming. If you want to achieve that toned look, you need to be gaining muscle. Same thing, you need to know that your macronutrients and proportions will also be different at that point as well. So depending on your goal, your macro ratios will be different. You can use apps like, there's so many apps out there. My favorite one is MyFitnessPal, just because it is the first app I've ever used and I'm really satisfied. It does all the things that I need to do, all the basic things that I need to reach my goals. Okay, since I'm already here and the kids are still having fun out there, might as well talk some more, right? So let's get on to the fourth thing. My fourth tip is planning and scheduling your meals. This is also a tool. If you're a beginner, it's really good to get in the good habits first, to really have that in place and established. Especially if this is something new to you, it's not something that happens automatically or naturally. It's something that you really need to practice every day. And planning your meals and your food is really a great tool in order to get those habits solidified. Try to plan out your meals, try to schedule them accordingly, maybe prepare what kind of meal you need for the next week and lay it out in MyFitnessPal, so just to make sure that it's hitting your macros that I was talking about earlier, it's hitting your calories, and then do your groceries, and then maybe cook them in batches if you have the time to cook in batches, maybe on a Sunday night, and prepare your meals for the next week. Then that'll really set you up for success, and eventually you're just going to build that intuition of knowing what to eat after you've built those habits. Plus, if you plan ahead and if you pre-track your meals, there's less chances of you to be sticking your hands in the pantry and getting that Kit Kat bar or that Cheetos, that hot Cheetos and stuff. Not to say that there's no room for those things. I am a huge advocate of flexible dieting, and that's what I do. I always make room for those things. And if you plan, then you can always make room for the ice cream and the Oreos and all that fun stuff, right? Okay, as you can tell, it's already next day. I didn't really get to end the vlog yesterday because I am not done with my tips. So it doesn't matter. I'm gonna take you on to the next day. Doesn't have to be perfect, okay? And the first thing I did today, after fixing myself up a bit, is to make the bed. And I wanted to show you guys this. It is the best bedding. You know those when you guys check in a hotel and their beds are like super duper extremely cozy. The bed hotels are the coziest things and the kids love them so much. So I had to have it in my bed, and we found this comforter in Costco. Best purchase. It's so comfy. As you can see, it's so fluffy. We're all about the floof. Okay, and when you get underneath, it's heavy to a point. It's not like a heavy blanket. Well, I haven't tried a heavy blanket, but I don't think it's gonna be like a heavy blanket, but it's just the right amount of heaviness so that it tucks and hugs you when you're underneath. And did I mention it's so floofy? Okay, so I think I just have one more thing to talk about before I wrap this vlog up. Last tip for you guys is to lift weights. I don't know what the status quo is currently in terms of lifting weights. I don't know if any one of you girls or women or ladies out there are still afraid to lift weights because it can make you look bulky. I think there's still going to be some of you out there, but just in case you guys are listening and you still have that mental belief that lifting weights can make you look bulky, you know, that's a myth. We're going to debunk that myth. Lifting weights is not going to make you bulky. As women, we don't have enough testosterone, that hormones that men do, to make you look bulky. I wish it was that easy, because right now, as I mentioned yesterday, I'm trying to build muscles and trying to bulk up because I want to shred the fat afterwards so I can tone it up. So that's really technically what toning up means, to reveal your hard-earned muscles. If it was that easy, then I'll be a happy girl. But it's actually, I don't know if this is gonna surprise some of you, it's actually harder, okay, to gain muscles, to build muscles, than to lose fat. If, of course, you know what you're doing. So as a beginner, maybe incorporate some weightlifting sesh, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. As usual, ease your way into it. Do not go ham and go 6 times a week. If this is your first time, I suggest you do it slowly and do it with great form to make sure you're not injuring yourself. And those are the 5 things. 5 basic things that you can really just focus on. Of course, there are a lot more things that play when it comes to a fitness journey, depending on your goals and what you're trying to do. There are so many things you can really incorporate and build up habits on. But if you really want to focus on a few things, if you really want this lifestyle to stick, you gotta start with a few things and make sure you hone in on them, you master them before you add on to it. I love this bed. I wish I could just stay here the whole entire day. Anyway, I decided to just really finish this one off. I don't want this to be too long. After telling you about those 5 things that I need you to master, I will almost guarantee you that most of you will be struggling on some of them, and there's no way you can perfect it the first few weeks or the first few months. And a lot of people get thrown off and frustrated when they don't perfect it. Now that I told you that, I want you to absorb that and accept that fact. It is going to happen, and then just try to work on 1 or 2 things out of the 5 things that I told you about, and work on it, commit to it for this month or 2, and until you get it down and it becomes a routine and it becomes something that you just naturally do every day without even having to think about it. And then after that, if you think that you have it down, then you start adding on to it. And that's really how you build the healthy habits, and that's how you incorporate it so it becomes permanent and it becomes a lifestyle. If you're a type of person that has that all or nothing mentality, I suggest throw it away. It's the little things that you get done every day consistently is what matters, and that's what's going to give you results. It's not having to do these things perfectly for a short amount of time and eventually giving up just because you screwed it up. Okay? I think that'll be it for now. I'll see you on the next video. I will try to pump up a lot more videos, hopefully, and try to be consistent this time around so I can help out a lot of you women struggling with whatever fitness goals you're trying to do, whether it be weight loss or build muscles or tone up, whatever it is. I'm going to try to share my own experiences and the stuff that I've learned throughout my own fitness journey. See ya.